Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back. If you are new here, what's up? Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for tuning in. So this episode, I don't know. I'm just feeling like I need to share this, right? So I think that as a mom, as a wife, as someone that has many roles to play, as someone who is doing all the things and have like and you set these goals and you achieve these goals and then you're on to the next thing. And so I want to take a minute to stop and smell the roses. Okay, so something huge. Okay, I journal every day, right? Every morning I journal, and this is the start of a week. And one of the things, one of the questions that I had to journal about was, how do I take the time? How did I use my time with being present this week, right? How effective was I with being present this week? And I really had to think about that. I had to like really sit and think about it because as a mom, we're always doing the next thing or doing two things at once. And I was like, wow, when I really had to sit, and sometimes I even have to go back into my phone to see like what moments were ideal or what moments stuck out and like just to remind myself of what happened. And today last week I finished my health and wellness certification. So I am officially a certified wellness coach, health and wellness coach, which is huge. And I'm like, on to the next thing. I also, in the same day last week, got a call that I have been accepted into the National Coalition of 100 Black Women organization. That was something that I was really adamant about being a part of, a sisterhood, a community of women that are on the same mission as me, that have the same goals as I do, as to empower, educate women and girls. So when I found this organization back in January, I immediately went and did my research, did some looking up on them, and I applied. I attended a couple of meet and greets, and it was a process. You know, you got to fill out an application, you have to go on an interview, and they want to know, what have you done in the community? Are you who you say you are? What could you bring to the organization? And so I got the call the same day that I got my health and wellness certification that I was in. So those are two major events for me. And someone came up to me, my girlfriend came up to me at church and was like, congratulations. And I'm like, congratulations on what? And she was like, you got your certification. I'm like, oh, because it's not good. It's not good. We have to stop the hustle and bustle, but we have to stop and smell the roses. We need to stop and celebrate. And so I want to encourage you today, because I'm encouraging myself, because again, I'm on to the next thing and I'm not even thinking or taking the time to really reflect and really congratulate myself and really pat myself on the back and really big myself up, because it's like almost like this is what I do. This is what needs to happen. I need to keep it moving or whatever. So I just want to encourage you to keep going, keep, you know, pushing, but don't forget to stop and smell the roses. Don't forget to stop and acknowledge your hard work and acknowledge the change that you're making and the development in your life, the evolution, and how you're desiring to be a better person. You're looking, you started your health and wellness journey. Yeah, you're not at the end goal, but celebrate the small wins, celebrate the journey, right? And so there's some things that I'm implementing and that I want to share with you on how to, or things you can do to stop and smell the roses, to stop and really take a moment after an accomplishment. So first, before I do that, one thing that I remember, like last year, there was a trend going on social media, and everybody was like recapping their year, and they were writing, they were putting pictures up of major things that happened in a year in like a split. reel or something, right? And it was going quick and it was showing like boom highlights and stuff. And I wanted to do it so bad, but I couldn't remember all of the things, or so it kind of felt like, well, damn, I didn't do anything that last, this year to recap, or and that's such a lie. There's so much significance in the things that we do regularly. So what I started doing this year in 2023, because I do want to do a recap, and I'm very intentional right now, because if you've been following me for a minute and you've been tuning into my podcast, you know that I say action equals abundance in 2023. And so I'm very intentional about the circles that I'm including in myself in, the people I'm around, the way that I'm serving. I'm very intentional about that in this year. And I'm already starting to see the fruits, and I'm starting to see the seeds of being planted, and I'm watering that, and I'm doing the things, right? So what I do now is I have in my notes in my phone 2023 highlights, and it could be anything that made you feel good, anything that you felt seen about, anything that progressed in your life or changed. So every month, anything that happens, I go right to my phone and I immediately put it inside, because I don't want to forget. And also, it's helping me to stop and acknowledge the growth, acknowledge the accomplishment, acknowledge the celebration, the reward, right? And I think that that's so powerful. I think I heard that because someone had mentioned it to a colleague of mine about, they were up for tenure and they have to have like a binder with different things in it. And they were like, well, you know what you do? Throughout the year, you start jotting down the things that you do for the school, so that when it comes time to build up your binder, you already have it. You don't have to, because I think it's like after 3 years. So you have to go back and think about that stuff. And I said, wow, how could I use that for myself right now? And that's what I do. So every month, and it's amazing that whenever I add something, I scroll up a little bit, just, girl, you are crushing it right now. And it's little stuff. Like I even put my child turned 7 in January, because that's a blessing. My baby is 7. So whatever, like I said, whatever makes you feel good, whatever brings you joy, whatever, put it inside, write it down so that you can have it to look back on, and stop and smell the roses, stop and celebrate. So one thing that you can do when you achieve a milestone, or you want to celebrate a small victory, or you want to celebrate growth or whatever, without just jumping on check, done, next thing, is go out with your friends, go out with your partner, go out, have a drink, go out, celebrate, get some food, whatever. Also, to have a dance party by yourself, or just 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 do what brings you joy, whether you like painting, coloring, sewing, dancing. Do something that is not related to work, but is not related to another accomplishment, but just to enjoy and release and bask in the moment. Stop and smell the roses. Another thing is to cheer yourself on. Look in your mirror, tap yourself on the back, tell yourself that you are the bomb, right? Because we don't do that enough. We can big up our kids, we can pour into our partners, our girlfriends, our students, our colleagues, everybody, but we don't pour into ourselves, and then we expect, or we want other people to do it to us, but you can't expect you from other people, right? So that's one thing. Stop and celebrate. Another thing is journaling about that experience. Like I said, I write down my accomplishments in my notes. I also journal about them, and how am I feeling? What is the emotion that's attached to it? How can I acknowledge it? Like how long did it take? What was the steps? How did I feel? All of this, just writing it out. And then another thing you can do is share it with your friends and your family. I really get bothered, and I know there's something to it, but I get bothered when people say, keep your dreams and goals to yourself, move in silence, let them just see it when it happens. And I get it, because there are people that prey on your downfall. So you're sharing your gifts, your dreams and stuff like that, and people are preying on it. So it's almost like preying on your downfall. So yes, I think that in the midst of developing a goal or achieving something, or is very important. It's a great area, but it's important to nurture it in its stages. So if it's a brand new thing, you want to nurture it, because people could be preying on it and it's not fully developed to even withstand. And now it's back and forth. But once you've achieved the thing, once it's happened, you have to share it. You have to share it with somebody. You have to just celebrate. Guess what? This is because not only is it for you to get recognition and to get uplifted, but it's also to inspire and encourage other people. Like, if I can do this, so can you. If this happened for me, it can happen for you. So it's very important to share your wins, your accomplishments with your family and your friends. More so, yeah, it's for them to congratulate you, but more so to encourage and empower them, because the whole point of everything that you're doing is to be a light for somebody else. You're not starting this business just for yourself. You're not going into this project just for yourself. You're not speaking to other women. You're not getting in shape. Yeah, you're getting in shape for yourself, but you can encourage along the way, right? So yes, I just hope that that helps, because that was like something in it where I was like, wow, like you didn't even celebrate the two major things that you wanted to accomplish from the beginning of the year till now happened in the same day. You got accepted into the program, into the organization, and you finished your program, became certified literally in the same day. One was an email and one was a phone call. And I was like, on to the next thing. So I had to stop and smell the roses. And I want the same thing for you. I want you to really just in it be be present in the good things that's happening, not just check, go to the next thing. So I hope that helps you, because it has definitely helped me to self-reflect on how I move. When my friend said congratulations and I had no idea what she was talking about, and I'm like, yo, you literally, this was just like a couple of days ago, and you're looking like, what? Congratulations on what? That's huge. That's huge. You set out to do something and you did it. And that, when I say huge, I'm talking about just the fact that you set out to do something and you did it, not the thing, because it could be something very small, very simple, as far as wanting to, I have not worked out in months. And today I literally got up and went to the gym. That's a celebration. That's a thing to pat yourself on the back, acknowledge it, because you weren't doing it before. So it doesn't have to be a grand accomplishment, just anything that has pushed you forward, that you feel good about, right? And just acknowledging it. So I hope that helps you. And also I want you to have an amazing week. Remember that your past does not dictate your future. I want you to be well, and I will see you in the next episode.